University professor who had hosted the last conference and had made a number of significant contributions to relativistic quantum mechanics. Although my work is based squarely on Einstein's general theory of relativity, a solid foundation for any physicist to stand upon, I would be presenting some controversial results. This audience would expect to see the equations and solutions that led me to believe I had made a theoretical breakthrough that could lead to the design of the first working time machine. For a few weeks, I had spent 12 to 15 hours a day working on my calculations in order to be ready. I had transferred data to transparencies, which I intended to project during my talk. If I didn't get my math right, these experts would let me know and would be none too tactful about it in the process. Should I make a mistake in a calculation or veer off course, I would be interrupted mid-speech and subjected to in-your-face critiques. "Professor, your equations are wrong," rather than any gentle, instructive words of advice. That is the world of physics. We are, after all, scientists, not psychotherapists. I was scheduled to deliver my talk at 10 a.m. that morning. Much to my chagrin, I saw on the schedule that Bryce DeWitt would be going on right before me, presenting his paper on the Everett interpretation of quantum mechanics, about the many worlds or parallel worlds theory of the universe. That I would be following such a well-known star to the podium made me appreciate how the guy who came up to bat after Babe Ruth must have felt. I knew I was in trouble right away when DeWitt started off by saying that a speaker needed only 6 transparencies to discuss his ideas, which of course was the exact number he had brought along. I looked down with dismay at my bulging folder, crammed with 26 transparencies. DeWitt went on to say that he always told his graduate students that they need not tell their audience everything they knew about a subject. I told myself to keep breathing. DeWitt, a legendary and pioneering theoretical physicist, received his PhD from Harvard in 1950. Tall, lean, and energetic, DeWitt had hiked in the Himalayas and Africa. During World War II, he served as an aviator and after the war conducted research at the famed Institute for Advanced Study at Princeton, which was at that time also Einstein's academic home. Elegant is an adjective often used by DeWitt's colleagues to describe his use of mathematics and physics, and it is certainly a compliment. The elegance in his work showed in the natural flow of his physical arguments, and the beauty was to be found in the pleasing symmetry of his equations. As a graduate student, I had learned that elegance and beauty in physics were nearly as important as whether an idea was correct. DeWitt's presentation about one of the strangest consequences of quantum mechanics, the possible existence of parallel universes, could play an important role in the possibility of time travel, so he had my rapt attention. Quantum mechanics is the mechanics of sudden energy change. In quantum mechanics, energy cannot be gained or lost continuously, but only in fits and starts. In 1913, the Danish physicist Niels Bohr, often called the father of quantum mechanics, showed that the electron orbiting the proton in the hydrogen atom can change its orbit only by either gaining or losing a certain definite amount of energy, no more and no less. These definite or discrete amounts of energy are called quanta of energy. In 1957, physicist Hugh Everett III, then a recent graduate of Princeton, first applied quantum mechanics to the entire universe, which resulted in his many worlds or parallel worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics, in short, is a world of probability. In the ordinary, everyday world, when a pitcher throws a baseball, it is possible to describe exactly where the ball is and how it's moving. In the world of quantum mechanics, we can only say what will probably happen next, as we can't know exactly what an object is going to do. In applying quantum mechanics to the whole universe, Everett found that whenever there is a possibility of more than one outcome for an event, there is a potential split in the universe. For example, suppose that at lunch you are trying to decide between a cheeseburger and a tuna sandwich. At the moment you make the decision, according to Everett, the universe splits into 2 parts. There is a universe in which you have chosen